You walk into a room you have never been in before, and for 2 seconds your entire body insists you have stood in this exact spot, in this exact light, saying these exact words. Then it vanishes. You shake your head, you call it déjà vu, but your brain just did something far stranger than you realize. For decades, scientists had almost no idea what caused this. It felt too strange to study seriously, but brain imaging finally caught it in the act, and what they found was not mystical at all. It was a glitch, a very specific, very explainable glitch. Here is what your brain is actually built to do every second of your life. It constantly compares what you are experiencing right now to everything you have stored from the past. This happens in a region called the hippocampus, your brain's memory hub. Normally, this comparison runs smoothly in the background. You walk into a coffee shop, your brain checks it against your memory of coffee shops, finds a reasonable match, and gives you a calm, ordinary sense of familiarity. No drama, no glitch. Déjà vu happens when this checking system misfires. Neuroscientist Akira O'Connor at the University of St. Andrews has spent years studying exactly this. His research suggests déjà vu is actually your brain's error detection system kicking in, not a memory check gone wrong. Your brain notices a strong feeling of familiarity, realizes that feeling does not actually match anything real in your past, and flags the contradiction. The eerie sensation you feel is not a memory surfacing. It is your brain catching itself making a mistake. This is why déjà vu fades almost instantly. It is not a vision lingering. It is an alarm going off and immediately resolving itself. So why does this misfire happen at all? One leading theory points to a tiny structure deep in your temporal lobe called the rhinal cortex. This region is responsible for that specific feeling of familiarity, separate from actual memory retrieval. Sometimes this familiarity signal fires on its own without any real memory backing it up. Your brain feels certain it recognizes something, even though nothing in your memory matches. Familiarity without a memory is exactly what déjà vu feels like. Another theory focuses on something even simpler: your eyes. Some researchers believe déjà vu can be triggered when your brain briefly processes a scene twice in rapid succession, almost like a stutter in perception. The first glance registers the room. A split-second neural delay causes a second, nearly identical processing of the same scene. Your brain interprets the second pass as a memory of the first, creating the illusion that you have seen this moment before. Here is something that will genuinely surprise you. Déjà vu happens far more often in young people than in older adults, and it actually decreases significantly as you age. This seems backwards. Older people have more memories, more life experience, more raw material for a false memory glitch to draw from. But researchers believe the opposite is true precisely because of that error detection system. Younger brains have a more active, more sensitive memory checking process, so they catch more false alarms. As you age, that checking system becomes slightly less vigilant, which means fewer glitches get flagged, not because fewer memory errors happen, but because fewer of them get caught. This single fact reframes the entire phenomenon. Déjà vu is not your brain malfunctioning. It is the opposite. It is evidence that your memory system is working exactly as designed, actively checking itself for errors in real time and occasionally showing you the seams. Most people who experience déjà vu describe it as unsettling, even a little frightening. The feeling of certainty without evidence triggers something deep and uncomfortable, but understood correctly, it is closer to a debugging notification than a paranormal event. Your brain ran a background check on reality, found a tiny inconsistency, and briefly let you see it happen. You walk into a room you have never been in before. For 2 seconds, certainty without evidence floods your mind. Then it vanishes. And what feels like a glimpse into something impossible is actually a glimpse into something far more human, a brain quietly checking its own work and letting you witness just for a moment the machinery behind your own memory.